Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations Part 34. In the previous video, we're doing our trial here as Miley, the defense attorney. We basically were grilling Sister Bikini, and we have established that the Shishito, which we originally thought to be the murder weapon, couldn't possibly have been the real murder weapon. So now we gotta figure out what the real murder weapon was and where is it at. It goes without saying the police search the main hall in the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as if a sword-like object was found. That's... Hi, answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw into the pile. The trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? Hey, no. I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe... I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Possible. What else could this old one have seen? I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. Takes 15 minutes to walk the Dusty Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness! Please, tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape, what with my back and my age, you know? Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. Well, that's a snowmobile coming back. There's no tracks leaving. A snowmobile, I see. Well, it's certainly an interesting theory. Unless, I mean, let me look at him again. That's not the photograph? I guess that hasn't been added to evidence yet. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. But I mean... it couldn't be that they just retreaded the same path coming back, you know? Because you couldn't have turned the thing that way. Because the snowmobile has always been facing outward like that. So, like, I don't know if that's actually important. The idea that, no, the snowmobile couldn't have left from Hazakura Temple to somewhere else, that the tracks are one way. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift. Yeah, that sneeze was also quite swift? Sniffed? Meaning that it doesn't freeze over in the winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Your cross-examination, please. You were sure about the time? Yes, I was worried about it, after all. Why was that? Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at that time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night now, could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple. Your estimation of the time seems reliable, at least. Please continue, sister. You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right, the one who trampled me. It seems she is the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy. As always, I'll have you know this naive boy is consistently beating your ass, so shut up. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared and it was taking him a long time to get back. So I thought I'd go up by the main gate for a spell. As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. That's it, that's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Yes, of course, it was parked in front of the gate. So she had already gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time? I'm not sure this is really relevant. What should I do? I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at that time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey, what do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yeah, there's not any snow on it. That is true. And it had snow there. Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. There wasn't any snow on it. Curses! Seems highly likely the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment to explain? I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that is more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth? Well, it would have been possible time-wise. One element remains out of place here. Oh, and what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma. Ah! Turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think of yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? He's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river, another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. All I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. I really can't tell if the tracks are supposed to be important or not. And we can see footprints as well. But, I mean, those footprints would have probably just been, like, Phoenix or someone leaving, right? We don't know what... Does it say when this photo was taken? I would assume it's, like, the day after. No, taken that night. I can't tell those footprints look like they're coming in, but I don't know if that's something you're supposed to be able to tell here. How do we stop here? Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Because honestly, like, I'm kind of been thinking that, like, what if it was just Larry who used the snowmobile to get to, wherever? Like, he did that earlier, and then the snow tracks coming back, or just him coming back from the Heavenly Gate? So, I mean, eventually we got to segue into getting Larry in the courtroom for, like, part 2 of the trial, I assume? Why did the killer do all this? So, if we assume the snowmobile was used, what would it have been used for? I don't know. After asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. So, if Phoenix left first, that would mean, like, maybe that the snowmobile couldn't have been there at that time, or else we would have used it? So maybe that could connect to the idea that the snowmobile was just being returned? That, like, it was, you know, had been moved earlier before the murder? It was a snowmobile outside the main gate when I visited. You're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived. Yeah, why wouldn't we have taken the snowmobile then? Unless it wasn't there. Now, I don't remember if it was there at the time or not. Okay, you say it didn't have snow on it. Didn't have snow on it. I don't know, like, I want to bring up the idea of, like, why wouldn't we have used the snow, like, why wouldn't Phoenix have used the snowmobile unless it wasn't there, but I don't know. I think this is going to be guessing territory. I mean, the snow would have stopped by then. Don't try to play mind games with me. Okay, I had to try it. Yeah, we've eliminated those two, just so now I can kind of think without being worried about those on this statement here. Less than 5. They threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Now let's see, is there any reason to believe they couldn't have thrown the weapon into Eagle River? Actually, yes, there is, because they wouldn't have been able to get on the bridge, right? Because it was already burning by then. I'm not sure if they would have been able to throw it into the river from the edge. I mean, it seems possible they could have, but it also seems possible they couldn't have. I really thought that might have been it. Was there any reason to throw away the murder weapon? I have no clue why this is it. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. Okay, so it is to do with the tracks, but I don't know how it contradicts, or how it, not contradicts, correlates to this sentence. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, Oh, maybe the statement Iris could have done that, and then this is like, oh, well, no, she couldn't have done it because it wasn't there at the time. Maybe. What the witness says is true. Then why is there only one set of tracks? So, I mean, I had the right idea from the start. I just didn't really know how to, like, prove it within the systems of the game, which is fine. Overall, I shouldn't say this, but, like, the questions in this trial have been very good. Even this one, I think, is pretty good. It's just a little awkward, I think, because I don't really know. Like, I had the right idea, but I'm not really sure which sentence it correlated to. What do you mean? Or, really, I was kind of like, I wasn't entirely sure if this is an art thing. Not this one. Like, the tracks. Sometimes you do kind of have some confusion over, like, is it just an art rendition thing, or is it actually a contradiction? Because, I mean, I guess you could argue that, like, oh, when they left the first time, they just happened to back up. Like, in just a really weird, awkward angle the entire time. Instead of just going forward. Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this is the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out on the bridge, and those from coming back. Ah, you're right! You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall, you fool. It had stopped snowing by then. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see! While she was at the river, the snow stopped. Leaving just the returning tracks in the snow? Well, no. That's not... What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? So I knew that the set of... the snowfall covered one set of tracks. The idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks... Well, we see footprints. The footprints, those would have been... Let's see, it stopped snowing at 10:50. She's saying the murder happened at 11. Or did she say she woke up at 11? I think she said the murder happened at 11. And then it was right after 11 that they would have left and then come back. So it would have already stopped snowing by then. By the time they left. So it wouldn't have been snowing to cover up the leaving tracks because it would have already have stopped snowing by then. The tracks to the river would covered by snow? What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there's a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, these outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Present your evidence. Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. So I kind of, like, I had the right idea also with the snow stuff. We were just a little ahead of ourselves. Because I wasn't super sure on the tracks whether that was what they were going for. Or really, I just didn't know where to put it. Witness, please tell us again what time it was and you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course. This means the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for the Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. order! Very well then. Looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Some might say there's no way out for her. Prosecutors... I don't know how to finish this joke. I just wanted to use the snow way out pun. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Answer me this then. When is the weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may still have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. You calling the fucking weatherman a liar? Because he will send a tornado in your ass. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go out to my lovely home. And then the weatherman's gonna be like, actually, tornado right there. He's gonna use his freaking weather time magic. Destroy you. It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh? What? How did she pull that off? It had stopped snowing at Hazuka Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. Okay. Let's think. Crime photo. There's footprints. There's 2 footprints there. There's also footprints here. Let's go ahead and save because I'm afraid. Come this far, there's no turning back now. Very well. I too cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning the testimony. You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Let's think this through. It's going to be one of these 2 pictures. There is no snow on her. Because if it had been snowing... Because the question is, it had stopped snowing when the victim was killed. If it had still been snowing when she was killed, there would be snow on her body right here. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being... whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. Well, these questions are like really good. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If you want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed, that's why. In other words, the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon. And in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Order, order! Just what are you... Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but oh man, he really is Phoenix. This is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazuka Temple. Maybe they went on to Heavenly Hall? From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. And when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know the defendant had it. We do? The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said she never went there. I'd probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. Snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot, which would have had to have been before 1045, because the bridge did not exist as of 1045. So essentially, that would mean she was either A, not at Hazakura Temple when the murder happened, or the murder happened before 11. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple. Okay, so she's still claiming that Iris was with her at the inner temple. I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. What does all this mean? Yeah, I feel like what she just said made no sense. Because if she's still claiming that Iris was with her at the inner temple, then how the fuck was Iris supposed to have driven the snowmobile from Hazakura to there to get to the inner temple? Right? Like... So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I mean, I still feel like it's Larry. Like, but that the only real thing there is the key being in Iris's room. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yes, I have nothing more to add. I told you everything that I know. But then, I still leaves with the same problem. Why, there was someone, a witness, who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. Witness, huh? Was there no one out, walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely, if only. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on a subarctic night. Your Honor, actually there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind. Which are? Well, he's definitely an I word. First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being, the individual that I'm thinking of went wandering off outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot that you're talking about? his name is Francesca von Karma. This guy must be a product of the Jean-Luc de Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise. Her student. Interesting. Why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was perhaps searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately! I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Very? You have escaped me yesterday. Today I'm going to get everything out of you. Court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. This found Karma. Leaves you to prepare the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is down recess. Take a sip of the sauce. That was a very, very solid first half of the trial. Which means this next half is probably going to be dog shit. That's usually how it goes. It's like one half will be like, oh man, this is so good. And the second half is just like the freaking most ridiculous questions you've ever seen. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you in any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked to you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? Okay, so we're saying the snowmobile was used at 10:30. Yeah, I don't know who could have used it. Because it wouldn't have been Larry then, because Larry would have already been at Heavenly Hall. I mean, it could have been Elise. Theoretically? But I don't really know what Elise would have been doing. There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Iris? I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Hey, are you either talking about Maya or Pearl? Her. Safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? Hey, can't tell us until the safety is confirmed. She must be talking about Maya. I still think that, like, there's a possession angle. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is Pearl or something. Like, weird like that. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. I thought. No psycho locks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Like, I don't really, like, have any... Like, I feel like there's 1000% chance at least one of the characters we've been talking to is actually going to be, like, Maya or Pearl, like, possessed or something. Like, there's going to be a possession thing where, like, a character we think is someone is actually someone different. I just feel it in my bones. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. There asked what the witness was sketching when he was detained. We can't tell you or show you, or else we would be banned by the ESRB. He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Ah! Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It seems the whip is going to see plenty more use today. Ow! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering that! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist straight out of the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Huh, working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Yeah, thanks, buddy. It's kinda sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. That's how I feel about all my commentary. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. You see, I got nothing to do with this trial, at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize the mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, crimson lake. Okay, I like the joke, the technical term. Big fan of that. Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is bad as cross-checking. Witness! That was all your fault. Testify now! This is too much for me. Oh wait, I can't save yet, right? Yeah. Okay, so we will learn what Larry has to say next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.